Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyro. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my jungle route, my clears, and my ganking strategies for Sejuani. I am a Sejuani main, and so I'm pretty sure I get the point of how to play Sejuani. And I'm just going to explain how I would basically play this champ. So let's just go over item build first. I forgot my runes. I'll put the runes in the description below. But let's just go over my my fucking item setup. And I just woke up, so yeah. I've recorded this like 2 times already, twice yesterday, and I posted it, and I realized that the other stream didn't cut off, so it has like a fucking retarded beginning. So I'm just gonna do this all over again, and this is how I'm gonna get my day started. So first item you're gonna want to buy, or first back you're gonna want to buy, you're gonna want to try to get your blue smite into boots. It's probably around 950. That's not hard to get. 950. Probably get a clear, a little gank, and then boom, you'll get that. What you want to do is rush your Cinderhulk. Okay, rush your Cinderhulk into boots. Get that extra health when you're in jungle, because most of the time when you're playing Sejuani, you'll have an aggressive jungler that will just want to invade you, and you're not gonna have enough health. So definitely try to rush Cinderhulk first, and go into tabbies or merc treads depending on the team comp. So if they're heavy AP, go merc treads. If they're heavy AD, go tabbies. Now, third item in the item set, either build Omen or Visage. Now, if you build Omen, it's a really good AD item or armor item if they are heavy AD. And they also have an ability where if you cast it like so, let me just fucking come out over here. Hold on. If you cast it like so, it's gonna bring out a little circle, and it slows or reduces their movement speed by, I think, let me check actually. It removes their movement speed for 55, so it's a great escape item, or it's a great team fight item to slow them all down, and your team can all fucking rape them. Second is Spirit Visage. Either you can build that first or the third item, or you can build it fourth for the fourth item, depending on their team comp. So if they're heavy AP, go Visage. If they're heavy AD, go Omen. And if you build Omen first, say they're heavy AD, you want to build Omen, go right into Visage after, because if they do have a heavy, or if they do have one AP champ, it's always good to have that protection against them. So I always try to go Visage after. It's a great item too. It's a lot of health and shit like that. Good mana cooldown and stuff. And after that, what I like to do is go right into Warmogs, get that heavy team fight, so you can just back and regen your health really quickly and go back into the team fight right again. Now the last item is your choice. If you want, you can build whatever you want and whatever you think is like good for that game. So Gargoyles could be a really good one. Dead Man's Plate. But what I like to do, I like to build Abyssal Mask, because I just think it's a really good, just to get that extra magic resistance. So that's my current build. This is my build that I mostly always try to build every single game. Depending on their team comp, I'll switch it up sometimes, the order. But this is basically what I like to build. So let's start off with a clear. Alright, so let's say there's a normal clear. The jungler is not pressuring your jungle, and you just want to get a normal clear going. So what I like to do first is, this has 2,625. What I like to do is get down this to 500, and as soon as it gets to 500, my E procs. If you guys are new to Sejuani, every time you auto it, it gives a little, there's a bar next to it, and every time you auto, it keeps increasing to 4 autos. And once you hit those 4 autos, it's going to give a E proc, and if you press E, it's going to stun the... Hold on, let me just... Alright, here we go. It's down to 500. Every time I hit another champ, so if I press E, it's going to stun them, and you can insta-kill the camp. Under 500. So around that, it's an easy... it's a quicker jungle way, or it's a quicker jungle clear. Because some people just like to auto 4 times E proc, and then it's still alive, so I don't really understand the point. And now for wolves, what people don't understand is that they just go in with their W, and they just go in with W just like this. But what you would like to do for a better clear, more sustained in the jungle, auto W, so it cancels the little wolf's animation, and then E proc. E proc it as fast as you can, the big wolf. Now the little wolves only died quick, it was because like I'm level 18 right now, I'm in a practice tool. That will not happen in a normal game. Now for the blue, what you want to do is kind of bait out the blue. You want to auto back, auto W, and note the W has 2 swings, so it'll proc the E and then just get the E proc, get all the damage, and try to kill this camp as quickly as possible. Definitely smite the blue. What you want to do is smite the blue, or if you do have a lot of sustain and you want to keep going, smite the Krug. Now if the Krug's not up, then you kind of just don't want to gank because you don't have a lot of fucking health. Now I'm only killing this Krug quick It's because I'm level 18. When you're level 3, because you're going to be level 3 going into the river, you're going to want to auto. Try not to use any abilities. If you have blue, go right ahead, but it's always good to, like, just, because if you get the 4 E procs, it'll insta-kill. Now, that's the clear for the bot side to top lane gank. Now, let me just explain the top lane gank. What I like to do, or sometimes what the enemy jungler likes to do, is they'll clear their blue, go over to red, or they'll go over blue, wolves, red, and they'll try to go over to the top lane. And most of the time what happens, you guys meet right in this bush. Now, sejuani early game is not the best champ early game. It's good for a 2v1 early game because she has a lot of CC and stuff like that. So if I see a jungler on top lane trying to counter jungle me, I won't go there. I'll try to go mid, or I'll back and I'll get more items or stuff like that, and then I'll just ping. So what I like to do is ask a top laner to ward this bush. This bush is really important for the early game so you don't get counter jungled, and you'll know if you're going to get counter jungled because you could see a good amount into this lane, probably right around over here going into this bush. Now, that's a top lane gank. Now, the mid lane gank is what I like to do is go from red, wolves, blue, scuttle, try to get a ward. Now, I like to either get a ward right over here, like deep into their, kind of deep into their jungle, the enemy jungle, or I like to get a ward right in this bush right over here. Do I have, alright, it's not letting me auto refresh. Alright, there we go. I'll either put a ward in this bush right over here to see if to counter jungle, or to see if the jungle is going top lane over here, or I'll put a ward right over here to see a little bit of raptors into their jungler. Now, there's kind of like 4 ways you can enter the mid lane. You can enter from this bush, you can enter from this little side lane, or you can do the same from that side, from the bush or the little side lane. Or you can even come from this far. There's so many different ways to enter from mid lane. So what I like to do, I don't like to go through river, because most of the time it's either warded, or if it's not warded, it's a really good engage. I like to come around over to the back, and I just like to engage with my Q from mid lane. You can either burn flash from this, you can either burn, make them lose all the CS, or you're gonna either kill them. That's basically how my ganks work. It's either a flash, kill, or they're losing CS. It doesn't matter. Like, either one's gonna work. Most of the time they'll burn flash because they're CS sejuani. Now, bot lane, there's kind of a couple ways. You can gank from lane. Now, people don't understand. They don't use the fog, the league fog. So, kind of, if you're over here, and say the laners, because I put a couple dummies right over there, they're not going to see you over here. They can't see this far. They're not going to be able to see this far over here. So what you can do is you can go all the way around into bush. Now, if they're not paying attention, you can definitely enter this bush, but it's a risk. Now, if you want, you can try to, like, wait for them to move up, kind of like right over here. Then you can just engage with the Q and W and then just start going in. That's one way of going in. Now, a second way of going in, you can go in from your try. If this is warded, you can't go in from your try. This is just like a lane where you can try to go, and you can try to go in from here, try to rush into this bush, and then kind of like Q in. Or you can come from the river and just come from the river bush. You can flash Q, or you can do a lot of things like that. I'm going to show you guys little combos later on into the video. So that's my ganking, or my little strats for ganking. I feel like I can go over wards for early game, like early game wards. So let me just go back to my base. I don't even know why I went back to my base. I just felt like it. Now, what you want to do for sejuani for wards, the ward placement I like to go, most of the wards where I like to ward this bush, so if they enter over here to gank mid lane, the mid laner would know. Or I like to kind of just ward midway, halfway through river into this, like right before they enter the my jungle. Now, if you always get scuttle, that's another ward right in river. Sometimes you don't have to put the ward there, because the scuttle's right there. Definitely I like to put this ward over here. This is my go-to ward into their jungler. Or if I'm invading, I really like to put a ward right over here so I can make sure that they don't come and fuck me up. Now, bot lane wards, I really don't, I kind of rely on the bot lane to ward for me. If not, I'll kind of ward into this river bush right over here. Or if I really want to see their blue buff when it spawns up, I'll put a ward right over here. And yeah, and after that, I kind of rely on my my bot lane for warding this bush, and this bush right over here. You don't really have to ward this bush, but I mean, like, it's always, it's nice. It's not terrible. And then, if you want, you can ward dragon if it's not, like, a nice, good fucking dragon. Alright, so that's my ward placements. Let's go over, combos into lanes. Alright, I don't have to back. Let me go over top lane. So not really combos into lane. This is kind of just ways to engage a lane, I guess you could say. So, quick, easy ways to engage lane. You can go into a QW. Let me just go over to this practice dummy. You can definitely engage a lane from QW, or you can engage from a actual hit, a knock up, and then into a W, get your E proc, and then E proc, and then kill him, or get a good amount. Or you can come in from a long distance with your E, with your QR, so you can kind of hit him from here. Oh, well, I didn't hit him. But you can get you can increase the range of the R. See, if I was right here, I'm not gonna be able to hit him. Now, if I kind of engage kind of over here and then go in, you're definitely gonna be able to hit him, and it's gonna get that extra long CC in. Now, if you really want to go in and you know that you have a chance for it, you can always flash QR, and it gives like a really insane. My last video I posted how much range you can actually get off that. I might actually just do it now. So I'll put a champ, a little spawn dummy there. Let's put a spawn dummy here, and let's put a spawn dummy right over here. Alright, so let's just make sure. Okay, so this is probably max range. Yep, that's max range. Let's move over. Now this is going to be towards the second champ. This is QR. Now we're going to try to flash QR. This is, I probably... See all that extra range you have with that? This can be like a serious, if you're actually ganking from lane, so say I'm coming down over here and you have flash Q and R up, you can definitely engage from a flash Q and then R and try to just get them from a long ass fucking distance. So if they are kind of over here and they're kind of low, you can always gank from the Fog of War, and it can be a really nice engage and a nice kill. Another way I like to do for my gank is I try to get an auto W. So hold on, how did I say that? Most of the time I'll try to auto Q, get the 4 procs off, and if they burn flash, try to wait until they burn flash, and if they burn flash, E them, and once they're E'd, try to knock them up right after. So it's kind of like a chain reaction, so you always have that CC up. Don't just spam your abilities in lane, because they can easily get away. So trying to auto follow him down lane, E proc, E him when he flashes or not, and then engage right after that. And if you do have R, you can always get that 3 CC him. And if you have blue smite up, you can even slow him down even more. And you have your Omen if it's built. So there's you have a lot of CC. You're good early. You're not great early game. You're good early game. There's a lot more champs stronger than you early game, such as Assassins, Lee Sin. They'll try to invade you, put you low on CS, and stuff like that. So that's kind of my way of kind of engaging laners. What else should I put? Runes I already told you I'm gonna put in the description. Other than that, I think it's pretty much done. I covered items, I covered ward placement, I covered ways to gank, my route. Let's go over a if I want to invade. Now this is if you're facing such as a Lee Sin, a strong early game champ where they will invade you, such as Nidalee is really strong too. Jarvan might actually try to invade a Sejuani, but let's just go over a Claire for if they do invade you. So what I like to do if the enemy invades you, I like to ward over here just to make sure their red or their mid laner's not coming over here and trying to counter jungle or trying to take this camp from me. So what I like to do is ward that bush, try to kill this as fast as possible. Top lane would definitely come and help you. Then I'll rush right over to my blue. I'll try to get my blue. And I'll go wolves. So then it's basically just like a red-blue wolves because you'll hit level 3 off this. So that's basically kind of what I like to do. And then I'll collapse right over on to see if my red's still up. If your red's not up, I sometimes like to back, or this is where I would like to gank bot lane. Now, if the bot lane doesn't look clear, then I'll just come Raptors. You will have enough system because you have the red buff. You'll auto, E proc, and then just Q all the go to Raptors. Now, if the bot lane is not clear to engage, I always look for mid lane. Top lane is out of the fucking... It's often Guam, so I'm not going to go over that. And you probably will have a second ward up from this, so I like to ward this bush. And that's basically how I would like to do it if it was a invade. So yeah. looks like I covered everything that I wanted to cover today. That's basically my sejuani jungle. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I do like doing these, so if you guys give me any champs, I'd love to try them out. I might do a Yi champ after this, because I definitely have my own set of Yi, like, item set and my jungle routes and the things I like to do with Yi. It's a little different than how some Yi players play. So, like I said, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.